Good morning, friends, and welcome to Miss Debbie's Storytime STEM. I'm so happy you're here to join me. Before we get started with our STEM lesson, let's sing a hello song. Here goes. It's time to wave our hands and say hello, hello. It's time to wave our hands and say hello, hello. I'm so happy that you are here. Are you ready to have some fun? Let's smile and wave our hands and say hello. Hello, friends. Today we're going to have lots of fun reading a book about a llama who wears red pajamas. Have you ever seen a llama wearing red pajamas? I haven't. So this is going to be fun. We're going to read Llama, Red Pajama. And this is by Anna Dewdney. Can you tell by the cover? By the look on Llama's face, if he's a little bit scared. He looks a little bit frightened. I wonder what the story's about. Let's find out. Llama, Red Pajama reads a story with his mama. Do you like reading stories with your mama or your dad? Miss Debbie loves reading stories with her kids. Mama kisses baby's hair. Mama Llama goes downstairs. She says, bye, baby llama. Good night. Llama, Red Pajama feels alone without his mama. Baby llama wants a drink. Mama Llama is at the kitchen sink. Llama, Red Pajama calls down to his mama. Mama! Mama says, I'll be up soon. So baby llama hums a tune. Llama, Red Pajama, waiting for his mama. Sometimes it's hard to wait. Mama isn't coming yet. Baby llama starts to fret. Fret means he's starting to get a little bit scared. He's wondering, where is his mama? What's taking her so long? So, Llama, Red Pajama hollers loudly for his mama. Oh boy, Mama! Baby llama stomps and pouts. Not only does he holler, but he stomps and pouts. Baby llama jumps and shouts. Oh goodness, you think Mama Llama's gonna be happy? I don't think so. Mama Llama's scared. She says, what's going on upstairs? Baby llama. When she sees nothing's wrong, Mama Llama gets a little mad. Baby llama, what a tizzy. Sometimes Mama is very busy. Please stop all this llama drama and be patient for your mama. Being patient is very hard to do. Llama, don't you know that Mama Llama loves you so? Mama Llama's always near, even if she's not right here. Baby llama looks like he's happy now. I think his mama made him feel a little bit better. This time, Llama, Red Pajama gets 2 kisses from his mama. Snuggles his pillow soft and deep. Do you think he falls asleep this time? I hope so. Let's find out. And baby llama goes to sleep. Good night, baby llama. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. Our lesson today is about some of the pictures in our story. If you look at baby llama's quilt, do you see all the different colored squares in there? Well, those squares make a pattern a pattern of colors. If we look through the book a little bit, if you have a book at home, or you can read this book on YouTube if you don't have one at home, you'll notice that the colors repeat themselves. When colors repeat themselves, that makes a pattern. So that's our scientific word of the day, pattern. So Miss Debbie would love for you to stand up on 2 feet and get ready to say patterns on the count of 3. And when we say it, I want you to shout really loudly and jump at the same time. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, patterns. That's right. We see lots of patterns in math. So that's why Miss Debbie thought that this would be a fun math activity for us to do, learning about patterns and something called symmetry. We'll get into that a little bit later with a llama that wears red pajamas. Okay, so for our first activity today, what you are going to need is some paper. 2 different colors of paper. You can use scrap paper, or you can use construction paper. You could use newspaper. You could use any kind of paper that you would like, just as long as you have 2 different colors. Now you're also going to need 20 squares of this paper. Now you're going to need 10 2x2 squares of one color and 10 2x2 squares of another color. We're just going to use 2 colors today to make our patterns, but if you want to experiment a little bit further later on, you can do 3 colors or 4 colors, as many as you would like. So before we get started with our activity, Miss Debbie wanted to show you a pattern with my Legos. If you notice, the color repeats itself. Miss Debbie has green, red, green, red, green, red, green. Now, if I was to put another color on there to make a pattern, would I put another green or red to make it look like the rest of them? That's right, I would add on another red, and that would make it a pattern of colors. Now, if you notice in the book, there is a quilt, and it has lots of colors that repeat itself. Miss Debbie has made a quilt out of red and green colors. Just like our Legos, we have green, red, green, red. And then going down, we have a pattern as well. Red, green, red, green, red. And going across, green, red, green, red. So those are patterns of colors on a quilt. So we're going to make our very own quilt. You're going to need a piece of paper for your base, any color you'd like. You're going to need a ruler to cut out 2x2 squares and measure them. We have a pencil and we have a pair of scissors that you're going to need. And then you're also going to need glue stick or glue or even tape to secure your squares for your quilt. Okay, so once you have your colors cut out and you have 10 of each color, you are going to play around with your colors before you glue them down, and you are going to have fun designing a quilt for baby llama. Now, Miss Debbie has some striped papers here, and I'm going to use 10 of these colors. I'm going to start with that one first, and I'm going to put it on the top. And I'm going to put 4 colors across the top. I have stripes, red, stripes, red. So now I can make sure they fit in there, and that's my pattern. Stripes, red, stripes, red. Now when I go down on the next line, I am going to put a red, so I can make a pattern going down as well. If I have the stripes right next to that, that's not going to be a pattern. So now I'm going to do red, stripes, red, and stripes. So now I have a pattern going across and a pattern going down. Now, Miss Debbie doesn't want to ruin the fun for you here, but this is where your turn comes in. You're going to play around with your squares, and you're going to see if you can continue a pattern throughout. Finish the pattern across, and then finish the pattern down until you have a completely finished quilt for your llama. For our next activity, we are going to play around with some patterns, and we're going to learn about symmetry. What you're going to need for this activity is a piece of paper, and you are going to draw a line down the middle of the piece of paper, just like so. Miss Debbie wrote the word symmetry across the top, but you don't have to do that. You're also going to need some toys that will fit on your paper. And this is where we learn about patterns with our toys. Miss Debbie has some Legos. I showed you the Legos before, but I have a blue and yellow pattern here. Blue, yellow, blue, yellow. I have a pattern on this side. And here I have another pattern. Yellow, blue, yellow, blue. The colors repeat themselves and make a pattern. Now, if I was to push these blocks together, wouldn't really make a pattern anymore because it would be blue, yellow, yellow, blue, yellow, blue. So that's not the same as our pattern that we were learning earlier. But what Miss Debbie does want to show you is that this line of blocks is symmetrical. Symmetrical means that if we cut it in half, it would be exactly the same on both sides. So we're going to split this in half. And it's the same on both sides. Now, if we look at our llama here, and we made an imaginary line down his head, cut through his pajamas and his legs, he's the same on both sides. He is symmetrical. He has an eye over here, an eye over here. Part of his mouth is here, part of his mouth is here. An ear, a little bit of hair on both sides. You get the picture. So he's symmetrical. If you look in the mirror, your face is symmetrical. Our body is symmetrical. We have an arm on both sides, a leg on both sides, and everything looks the same. So Miss Debbie wants you to have lots of fun playing with patterns on your page and making them symmetrical. I also have a leaf that I gathered outside here, and there's a line right down the middle of the leaf. So I'm going to put it right here on my line, and I'm going to check and see if this leaf is symmetrical. It looks like it is. It's maybe a different shape on this side a little bit, but 99% of the time, leaves are symmetrical. They're the same on both sides. Miss Debbie has a picture of an apple here. I'm going to put that right in the middle. Is my apple symmetrical? Is it the same on both sides? If I cut it in half, would it be the same on both sides? Yes, the apple is symmetrical. I have a little wooden figure here. If I put that on my line and cut it down the middle, that would be symmetrical too. It's the same on both sides. So Miss Debbie wants you to have fun with your toys and your symmetrical paper and look around you today and see how many patterns you can find. We find a lot of patterns on clothing and blankets, and see how many symmetrical things you can find. There's lots of symmetry outside in nature, and there's lots of symmetry all around you in your house. Miss Debbie had so much fun with you today learning about patterns and symmetry and reading about Llama wearing his red pajamas. So before we end our lesson today, let's sing our goodbye song. Here goes. It's time to wave our hands and say goodbye. Goodbye. It's time to wave our hands and say goodbye. Goodbye. We've had lots of fun, my friends, and we'll do it all again. It's time to wave our hands and say goodbye. Goodbye, friends. Miss Debbie misses you all so much. Stay happy and healthy and look around for symmetry and patterns today. Bye.